known if they will all face any sort of charges. Time will tell. So there it is, the worst case I've ever heard of. I get this question a lot, and it's just always this one. There are a couple of others that come kinda close, but it's really hard to top something like this. I mean, you've got the brutality, the length, the scale. I mean, So asking if you like this video seems a little bit fucked up. So if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. It helps me out, although I doubt this video is going to really be pushed, but if you like dark content like this, be sure to subscribe. I do a lot of it. And if you'd like to support this channel even further, I do have a Patreon page that's linked in the description. Speaking of which, shout out to my top patrons. David McLaughlin, Marsh, Buffazerk, Lonro, Itaya, Jewel Mobchan, Lori Tayaba, Cami Lu, Kim Peak, Lux Alpaca, Charity, Skooky Main, Foxlicity, Jackie, Lavenderwise, and Tracer Ferguson. The list is finally long enough that I have to scroll down in the middle. Meaning, you guys are the best. And happy Halloween.
I think it's a funny joke.
You think it's funny?
No, I didn't say that. I think it's a funny joke.
Do you understand how offensive that is?
No, I obviously don't.
Others argued that these jokes, as well as the over-fetishization and objectification of women throughout the barstool culture, promotes men assaulting or at least harassing women. In August of 2011, Portnoy faced further backlash after posting explicit images featuring the 2-year-old son of legendary quarterback Tom Brady. The photo was a leaked paparazzi image of Tom's family at the beach, and his baby boy was naked. The article was posted to the Barstool Sports page titled, "Check out the howitzer on Brady's kid." In case you're curious, a howitzer is basically a military-grade cannon. The photos also accompanied a short article glamorizing and psychoanalyzing the child's genitalia, but Dave said his comments were not sexual.
David, thanks for being with us. I want to ask you first of all, because I've got people saying that you're out of line, not only with the picture of the 2-year-old boy, but the comments about the boy's private parts. You're on the air. What do you say?
Yeah, I don't see it that way at all. I don't think it's out of line at all, or else I wouldn't have posted it.
How then would you describe how you describe the little boy's private parts?
I said he had a big howitzer.
Despite all the backlash, Dave did not think he did anything wrong, nor did he want to delete the post. I had no intentions of taking it down until the visit from the cops. I met with them, they asked me to take it down in the best interest of everybody involved. I told them I'd call them back in an hour with my decision, and then took it down. I basically didn't want to get into a pissing contest with the cops or the state. There's no such thing as bad publicity, they say. Dave is a true testament to that. Dave's controversies only continue to benefit him and the Barstool brand, attracting more guys who loved raunchy humor, gambling, and sports. He also attracted more haters, who formed an alliance called Knockout Barstool, a group created in opposition of the blog's use of jokes and light attitude towards sexual assault. Knockout Barstool rallied and protested one of their blackout events at Northwestern University.
Right now, we're driving over to a mass protest about me.
Perpetuating culture, victim blaming, sexism, misogyny, homophobia, racism, you need to identify them and make them known.
Protests moved outside of the event where partiers dressed in neon clothing encouraged the chaos. Dave never got a chance to speak, but felt that this was all an overreaction.
And what I was going to say is, listen, we're anti just as much as you. We don't believe in it. You guys are taking 2 jokes that were clearly satirical, blowing them out of proportion. We're on your side in that we don't like. You guys are just fighting the wrong battle.
You would think that Barstool was drowning in money due to the cult fanbase and overwhelming brand recognition, but profit margins on these live shows were slim, and it cost tens of thousands of dollars to book talent. Dave ran the website out of his messy apartment with his small team of loyal bloggers. Ad revenue earned from the website traffic was barely enough to keep them afloat. Dave was now in his mid-30s and refused to give up on his dream. As we approached the mid-2010s, it became increasingly obvious that social media sites like Instagram, Snapchat, Twitter, and YouTube were taking up more of our time, especially Barstool sports fans' time. They stopped printing the newspaper and fully focused on digital. The Barstool YouTube channel posted casual vlogs, highlights from their events, and even had EDP on there hosting weekly sports recaps. It was the personalities of their creators like Big Cat, KFC, Hank, and Blind Mike that kept the fandom locked in. The Bro Show was one of their more popular series. Pardon My Take was their comedic sports podcast which featured controversial sports opinions. The guys also hosted a daily radio podcast show called The Rundown to stay in touch with the fanbase. However, the most iconic show they created was Dave's pizza review series, One Bite. Dave would travel around Massachusetts and eventually the whole country in search of the best pizza. He would take one bite of the slice and the crust and give it a rating from 1 to 10. After just a few episodes, Dave wisely made One Bite Pizza Reviews its own YouTube channel, which became so popular that people started recognizing him more as the pizza review guy rather than the owner of Barstool Sports Media. It was now 2016, 12 years after the brand was established, and Dave was still pinching pennies to make his dream a reality. Barstool's social media reach was not massive, but the brand recognition was unlike anything else at the time. Plus, they were known by literally everyone in Boston. Their words and blog write-ups pulsated throughout the city. Barstool was the politically incorrect and downright filthy sports network / men's lifestyle brand, but it had way too many moving parts than Dave knew how to handle, and he finally decided it was time to sell. Due to its 5 million monthly website viewers and immense advertising potential, Barstool was able to sell 51% of the company to the Chernin Investment Group at a $10 to $15 million valuation. The valuation shocked everyone. Barstool was definitely big, but nobody thought it was $20 million big. Portnoy says he was able to put millions in his pocket while still pouring the majority of the lump acquisition sum into the business, and that's exactly what he did. But Barstool being acquired by a corporation was obviously going to change things. Slowly but surely, Dave would become closer to the traditional corporate sports network he wanted to destroy. A new CEO stepped in, Erica Nardini, to handle the company's financial direction, while Dave focused on content strategy. He knew he couldn't hold people's attention alone, so he scouted talent, and his mindset was simple.
Find creative people and let them do whatever the they want, and some hit and some don't.
They started filming what it was like to work behind the scenes at a sports network. Stool Scenes was their unorganized, unscripted reality show of what it's like to work at the Barstool office. They acquired Rough and Rowdy, which is a pay-per-view boxing/brawling event that mostly features highly untrained individuals sloppily scrapping for a cheap payday. They acquired Michael Rappaport and his infamous Rant series. Chicks in the Office started as an Instagram series featuring Barstool girls talking about pop culture. Kayla Presley was doing comedic on-the-street interviews. They acquired the Call Her Daddy podcast that was started by Alexandra Cooper and Sophia Franklin. 2018 was easily the most chaotic and experimental time for Barstool. They were launching multiple series ideas every week, testing personalities to see who the fans would gravitate towards. Spin Zone, Wine Walks, Chicks Being Chicks, Gooned Up, Healthy Scratches. They would come up with an idea, slap a name on it, and throw it at the wall to see if it sticks. But with the growth of the company meant that controversies that Dave thought were small would become huge news. In June of 2018, Portnoy said on Barstool Radio that Rhea Kufo, a 20-year-old on-camera Barstool personality, would not be able to put her face in front of a camera in 5 years because people will throw up. Disgusted by the headline, Rhea confronted Dave, asking him why he would make such a rude comment.
We're gonna talk about how Dave's ass is in the jackpot, or because he said that I'm gonna look so gross in 5 years that people will puke on camera?
There's a chance I said that.
That is horrible.
Double
that
jackpot.
Is really horrible.
I'm just saying you're gonna age Rhea because you're in Barstool World like you're a boyfriend Hank.
Yeah, but in 5 years people will puke when they see me?
That's aggressive.
That is really aggressive. First of all,
Apologize. I will not apologize.
Yes, my job is to work on camera. That's, if I want to be working here in 5 years, I want to be on camera. I want to stay here.
Well,
so
maybe you have to go behind.
Dave claims he was just joking, but Rhea stormed out of the office in tears, which just made him even more mad.
Honestly, if you're gonna cry, then walk your ass out the door. I don't give a about that.
Dave went on to say if guys and girls want to be treated the same in his company, then he will joke on them equally as hard. Barstool fans thought this was peak entertainment, but outsiders suspected that the company culture was extremely toxic. Portnoy also fired Michael Rappaport for insulting the Barstool Stoolies fanbase on his podcast. With Rappaport being known as a loudmouth lunatic, Dave expected him to air this out on social media. Rappaport then challenged Dave to a boxing match, as well as posting this unpleasant photo, to which Dave responded by selling t-shirts with Michael's face dressed up as a clown with herpes. Rappaport couldn't take the heat and sued Dave for defamation, which went to trial.
What about that shirt you believe would haunt him for the rest of his life?
He's depicted as a clown.
A clown with herpes?
You said that, not me.
Rappaport lost the lawsuit as there was no grounds for defamation. The workplace environment became such a large discussion on social media that Rafi Letzer, a staff writer at Live Science, tweeted encouraging Barstool sports employees to send him a private message about the unionization process. Dave replied that he would fire any Barstool employee on the spot if they DM'd him, to which U.S. Congresswoman AOC chimed in and let Dave know that his threats could land him in major legal trouble. All workers in the U.S. have the protected freedom to organize for better conditions. Apparently, Dave's tweets led to an investigation from the National Labor Relations Board. Dave, who is known to never apologize nor take back his word, deleted his threatening tweets, but did post a Union Buster shirt for sale. The ironic